had something along the lines of a 40 CS advantage by 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Whoa.
is, and that's what them actually losing their other series too.
Yes.
Like Shine steps up to the table.
But that's the thing that you can talk about here. They did lose to Detonator, the number 2 seed coming in from Thailand, and it was a rough match for Axis. Yes, Shine still looked good in his laning phase. Yes, Axis was still doing all the right things, but as soon as it came to executing their composition, they were dumbfounded by the players that were being thrown at them by Detonator. So they need to bounce back off of a loss, whereas for LYB, this has been a decisive start to the LST. You could say that the strength of schedule has been a LYB's favor. They've been playing against teams that they've been favored to win, whereas Axis Empire against Detonator, that's a bit of a toss-up because Detonator are a new team and they are very strong. It's a Japanese organization running a League of Legends team out of Thailand.
Yeah, you even mentioned that too, because LYB, their first series wasn't necessarily pretty either. Like, you take a look at these stats. A lot of these stats are necessarily tainted by that massive deficit they had in one of those games they had before.
Because all these stats are at 15, and you have to remember that in one of the matches, LYB were down 12,000 gold at 15 minutes, which they ended up winning, by the way.
Yeah.
Goodness, but yeah, a lot of their stats were tainted, but still, LYB looking to try and see if they can continue their swift run. A win here against Axis Empire, now that Armor Project have lost, should guarantee LYB a spot in playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
with
90
4
something
victory, I
percent.
think it's almost
Or
guaranteed.
at least it's in their hands.
Yeah.
Like, LYB, it would be LYB's playoff spot to lose. And even then, if they lost all 3 of their remaining matches after today, after beating Axis Empire, there's still like a good 60% chance they win.
Yeah. You can see here, bans coming out from Axis, targeting a little bit up toward the top side of the map. We got the Nico Cannon and the Kiana being banned out. Meanwhile, LYB getting rid of the Vladimir, Silas, and the Karma this time around.
Leaving all of Shine's champion picks available here with Olaf and Yuumi up still. Axis should probably take one of them. I'd like to see LYB respond with Corki Ezreal here. I think that's a very strong pick for Gary as well as EXO. They've shown prowess on those 2 champions, and they work very well together with those 2 champions. But Olaf being left up, Dodoi is an aggressive jungler. He could try and take it to Caspiel and try and pick that champion instead.
See Yuumi going to be locked in here for Axis. LYB, Gary, maybe possibly thinking about the Sivir lock in here. Have decent wave clear. You have a decent amount of engage coming out from the ultimate. A little bit more utility. It does get locked in, especially in those later team fights too. If the Sivir's able to survive, build up some of that crit chance throughout the game, you'll be able to shred the team.
Sivir also synergizes very well with Yuumi. So taking that away from Blaze so that they can't play in the bottom lane and, empower whoever Yuumi jumps onto by even running even faster for the initiations. I like the Corki pick here. If you're not going to take Ezreal, still a very strong pick to have in the mid lane for Exerson. Exerson used to be an AD carry, especially when he played at the World Championships, and he played Corki. One of his signature picks, Corki and Ezreal in the bottom lane. So now he's moving to the mid lane. Corki's a mid laner. Makes sense for him to pick up the caster carry.
Oh, see your Blaze, though, might go for the Xayah instead of the Ezreal.
That's a comfort pick for Blaze,
yeah.
So he'll be picking that up. That's just a comfort bot lane. There's a few really good Xayah players in the league. YJY is one of them. He stands out. And this would be no surprise for Karina. I would like to see him just go to Victor here and default away from the Azir. I don't think Karina's had a great split on Azir so far. It's been his signature pick into Corki. And after losing a match, he normally goes back to Victor and says, that's my control mage. Victor is what Carino is known for. It is his pocket pick, it is his niche pick, and it works well in this meta because it is a control mage that can go toe-to-toe against Corki in the early phases. His Azir is not bad. It just hasn't been outstanding like his Victor has in a very similar matchup. Would have rathered the Victor pick, but this still works for them.
Here for LYB, might go ahead and lock in the Nautilus, so have
That's nice.
Big old boy in the bot lane with the big old go button on that ultimate.
Yeah, LYB have drafted well for lane so far. Control mage lane in mid main, blah, blah, blah. Mid lane matchups just control mages, and then bottom lane you've got Sivir, Nautilus. Going up against Xayah as well as a Yuumi is a very strong matchup in favor of LYB. So they've counted out the strong picks that Axis have taken here.
Ooh.
And neutralized mid lane. So really good drafting so far from LYB. Cabbage has done well with this.
Yeah, gonna ban out the Gangplank here, actually, away from Empire.
Now, remember that Kiro, the previous starting member for Axis Empire, went to Twitter, was talking with the Southeast Asian expert of the GPL and now known as the LST. And he went, oh, what champions can we expect Shine to play? And he went, oh, you know, Fiora, Renekton are the ones you really watch out for. And he replied on Twitter, oh, great, thanks. And then he immediately replied afterward, wait, I wasn't done. And then listed Gangplank, Kennen, Irelia, like 15 other champions. Gangplank was one of them, so LYB probably just don't want to deal with a Shine Gangplank top lane. Late game scaling is something Shine has proved difficult to deal with. And he has 2 modes, late game carry top lane, and late game split pushing. Gangplank fits into the late game carry top lane bucket, so I just think LYB want to get him off a champion where he can impact a 5-on-5 and let him go on a split pushing pick so that they can go for skirmishes and 5-on-5s instead.
Yeah, we saw the Greg and Sejuani banned out, but that does leave open this Elise to get locked in here for LYB, so got a lot of early pressure in that jungle. They want to use it. Jarvan was banned out, so taking a little bit of the picks away from Axis, but that does leave open this Olaf once again here for Axis Empire. It does get locked in. So we're going to have the Viking in the jungle. And let's see what Shine wants to pick up here. Do we see a Camille? Aatrox's a little bit more what I would expect.
These are just comfort picks coming out for Axis here. I mean, Caspiel going to be picking up the Olaf, so that's a strong pick for him. Shine picking up the Jax. It's a comfort pick for him, and it's what he threw the grand finals with. But it did get them to the late game, to be fair. So a comfort pick for Shine top side of the map. He's going to have that split pushing Jax pick. He's also shown he knows how to team fight with the champion too. Strong picks all around. Seems like LYB have gone for counter picks to the lane and then picks for comp. Whereas Axis have just gone comfort and complete strong meta picks. Yuumi, Azir, as well as Olaf, and the comfort of Xayah as well as Jax being thrown in there. LYB have a really good team fighting comp. I mean, Elise will get them through the earlier mid-game, being that aggressive jungler that can provide good point-click crowd control as well as burst. Synergize very well the top side and bottom side of the map. Nautilus and Sivir are very aggressive in the bottom lane. Yuumi, there's good damage and CC coming out from Poppy as well as Corki. So really solid draft coming out from LYB as well. Good meta picks here, and of course, small things like Sivir and Nautilus doing well into their bottom lane matchup, a control mage neutralized matchup, and Poppy just being a good counter pick to the Jax.
And we've seen it before with LYB, those early invades. Pair that with the Elise and Poppy, you can get some good results. Either way, we're going to go ahead and load on into the Rift for Game 1. Who forgot to buy items? Okay, no one. Saw someone back and I was like, who forgot? Oh, actually, yeah. Dojay forgot to buy items. He went back to base.
Muppet.
I saw the Elise back and I was like, what's he doing? That's a little awkward. When are we going to add the functionality of like the mobile MOBAs that we see all the time? Where
buying outside of lane?
No, where it just like auto buys you items.
Oh god, please no. Just go full Dota, get a curry in there, Poro charges items to your lane. Nah, League of Legends mechanics do rely heavily on going back to base. I don't think we'll see any big changes there. Like Dota, you've got your courier, right? And you play around your courier. So extended laning phases are a common theme in Dota too. And then mobile games like, you know, Mobile Legends, AOV, because they're mobile, going back to base and sorting through items is not feasible, so you have your set list of items that you just naturally buy wherever you're on the map. So it works well for both the games. I think we added anything like that to League of Legends, just break the game. Please don't break the game.
Now I kind of
it's already broken.
Now I kind of want to see an April Fool's skin with Ornn, where it's definitely not League of Legends Ornn. And instead of like using his passive to like build in lane, he actually just gets a courier from the base.
That'd be funny.
Starting things off here. Shine, like you mentioned, getting his pocket Jax did very well in that grand final, but did cost them quite a bit.
And already look what Gamza's doing. This is so different from Gamza last split. Immediately, what he's done is he's gone and said, you know what, let's let Jax hit that level 2. I'm going to take some trade damage, but I'll keep it close to my turret. And when I hit level 2, I can trade back effectively using the buckler as well as grasping the undying. So really good play here from Gamza. He's not being over-aggressive like we would have seen a split ago. Controlling this mini wave, understanding how this matchup works, and giving Elise a viable place to gank later on.
But Gary down here is taking a couple hits. Does not have the spell shield just yet. Has to be a little bit careful. Blade Collar wasn't used, and like we mentioned, Lilise is up here toward the top lane. He's just going to go ahead and clear out that one ward.
Very good movement coming out from Dodoy because he sweeps out the ward, and he's not going to lose any tempo on this because he's going to go straight towards his Krugs, gets a bit of experience from the ward, going to be able to get experience from Krugs. And now, because Gams has held that wave so well, the next few minutes, Shine is going to have a difficult time farming. He won't know if Elise is waiting in the wings. He won't know if Gams is going to get ready for a fight. The mini wave is going to be stacking against him, so he can't trim it out. And if he fights or trades, it's going to go in favor of Gamza. This sets Gamza up for a really good push, knocking the minions on towards Shine's turrets, and then going back to base first, getting the first recall, not being forced to burn his teleport. The whole time, Dodoy is so close, they can put down some pressure and try and force a gank top side of the map.
Even sneaking his way into the jungle does pop that bloom, realizes there's no jungle there for the taking, but might get a quick ward down. There is some pings heading up toward that top lane, so they might go for a dive here.
A bit difficult,
risky.
But again, Poppy is tanky, has some crowd control, and there's the reset coming out from Elise.
Oh, instantly into the wall there.
Well
First
done.
blood, very nicely done here from Liab. Almost playing like Win there with a quick level 3, level 4 dive.
And that's the other thing that Gamza did from level 1, setting up the wave to bounce first. If someone pushes into you top lane first, you can control the wave if you have high enough hit points and are ready to trade effectively to bounce back aggressively at about 4 minutes in. With a ganking jungler like Elise, you can then set up for a dive top side of the map, just like they did. Beautifully executed coming out from Gamza as well as Dodoy nets some first blood, puts Jax a little bit behind, forces him to burn his teleport most crucially. He wants to get back in to try and get that CS. He didn't buy a single thing. He's still on just his corrupting pot. As Barmy Cinder's already been picked up by Gamza, and Gamza held on to teleport. So now you've got a flanking teleport coming out from a Poppy available for the next 6 minutes without any sort of interruption coming out from Shine, and Gamza can still just say, you know what, if you want to go back to base, buddy, that's fine. I'm going to hold all these minions just off your turret, and if you want to fight me, I have an extra item over you. A really good start from Liab.
Yeah, very nicely start there, done. Dodo also with that bloom being popped realized that all the jungle was taken, so likely knew that the Olaf was going to be on the bot side of the map, so there wasn't going to be a counter gank likely going to come out. So lots of knowledge being utilized here already by Liab, and like we mentioned, Gamza's just happy going for this trade. He's going to get the buckler. He's going to be fine.
Gamza's just playing out of his mind. The small micro interactions, charging onto a minion to get away from the stun. Bottom lane. Yeah, Blade's taking some damage, but he's fine. Good trades from Liab. Axis just want to push this wave in so Blaze can go back to base for Yuumi.
Here you just got to spell shield away from the prowling projectile. That will crash back, but they could actually stop that before it even hits the tower, so.
Hammers being, you know, real bad support there, using the minion dematerializer before the relic shield came back up.
Shh, we won't talk about that one, Fish.
Look at all these small plays from level 1 that have given Gamza, I'm harping on this top lane, but that's really the only lane that's had a huge impact so far, that have given him such a big advantage. That's got 13 CS lead.
Huge wave.
Massive wave just being cut down by the turret. Nothing Jax can do about it too.
Well, where's Gamza going? Is he trying to get a scuttle? He's trying to find anything. He's going to get collapsed on, though.
That's Shine.
Oh, Shine.
Yeah, come on. Gamza's in lane whacking on the turret. But again, you have to understand, the point here is not that Gamza made a good play from level 1. No, the point is the growth of Gamza from split 1 to split 2. Because back in split 1, Shine styled on him with a Jax top. Like, absolutely styled on him. It was one of the key reasons why Liab lost the semifinals. It's because the inexperience from Gamza led him to make some risky plays against Shine, who is very skillful in a one-on-one matchup, and that allowed Axis a point of attack. They attacked the top lane, put Gamza so far behind that when the fights took place bot lane, they couldn't fight back.
Nice hook coming in there, Blaze. Going to take a decent chunk of damage.
And they couldn't fight back because when Shine got to the bot lane and Gamza got to the bot lane, Shine was just way too big and they couldn't fight that mismatch, even though the bottom side of the map was very even. Now, this was set up from level 1. You have to think the calm collectedness from Gamza, how to play this one all the way to 7 minutes. This is pre-planned coming out from Liab, and the growth coming out from them has been phenomenal from split to split. They were already one of the favorites last split, now looking even more so. I'm excited to watch them play against the likes of Mega as well as Win later in the split. But of course, they've got to get through Axis Empire first, who No pushovers, but they certainly got their number for the first 7 minutes of the game.
Still only the first 7 minutes of the game. Saw bot lane Blaze took a little bit of damage there. Trades have been going a little bit more in favor of LYB. Getting themselves a slight CS advantage.
Whereas mid lane, you've got your thanks TSM Jat for Corki Azir meta. Love it. Oh, I love this trade pattern where you just clear the minions and poke each other and one of you goes back to base. Yes, nice, okay.
Yeah. I'm a Azir fan, not a Azir meta fan, though.
This is a nice move coming out from Shine. You know, he's a little bit irrelevant right now. He can't fight the Poppy, so goes in, just helps Olaf out, you know, secure some of the buffs. Makes himself useful somewhere on the map, even though it's not too much of help. Just staying as relevant as possible. Axe is going to try and force Dragon.
Doidoi going down extremely low here. Doesn't get taken down, Blaze. Does he have the Featherstorm? Now it's going to come out. Blade Caller is available, holding on, but doesn't use it right away. Doidoi goes to the repel just to save time, and Axis not able to trade back on this Dragon.
Good smite coming out from Doidoi. Held on to it for very long just to make sure he could secure that Dragon. Very risky play coming out from LYB. I like that Axis tried to collapse there. But LYB made the right move. Doidoi was able to stay alive, just hid inside the pit, got the rest of the side to repel the mid lane that was coming through, and LYB had the movement speed advantage with Yuumi already using her ultimate, so not able to lock them down as they charge forward. Sivir just pops on the hunt. Nautilus locks them down and easy kills me. Oh, Carino, oh my goodness, that's brutal.
Oh, Carino has to force his flash out. This package was used there by EXO, was trying to make a play.
Good package play, gets a flash, you take those. Burning the summer spell is nice. He did use his own during that previous fight, so just evens out the disadvantages coming in there. Teleport's available for Carino, so he should just come straight back into mid lane. He's going to teleport to the inner turret instead, just to make sure he doesn't die right underneath this. Nice for EXO. He's going to be able to pick up a turret plate, maybe two. No, just one turret plate for now. Sets up the next one to be taken in another push. Gamza's just... Oh, this lead is getting out of control. 20 CS up over a Jax. He's only sitting on that Phage right now, whereas Ninja Tabby's already complete for Poppy. Just set on the silent of top lane.
I still see Shine jumping in, and that's a little bit risky. Gets pinned against the wall. Has the corrupting pot ticking, so we'll get some health back, but can't stay in that lane for much longer. I'm shocked, Gamza. He ended up using his ult a little earlier, it looks like, so he couldn't fully commit to get the kill.
Previous fight, he teleported in. LYB have the stronger top side right now, so as soon as there's a teleport coming in, Axis are forced to disengage until Jax gets at least his Trinity Force. But even then, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he's going to need 2 items before he can really fight Poppy. So LYB have control top side of the map for quite some time. It's going to be at least another 10 minutes or so before that second item will be complete for Shine, unless a big skirmish goes in favor of Axis. I'd like to see them try and attack the bottom lane a little bit more. You still got Azir as well as Olaf to work with. You know Gamza's teleport's down, so you can just leave him on the island for a little bit. Try and attack the bottom side of the map. Sivir as well as Nautilus are not horrible targets to try and attack. You could get Olaf in, use the Ragnarok to ignore crowd controls. Azir has some good CC, but he's being targeted in mid lane.
Well, Gary, you gotta be a little careful. James went for a roam here. That's gonna be Ragnarok popped. You got the stopwatch available. Doidoi comes over the wall though, and they're able to find the kill as EXO will finish off Caspiel up in top lane.
Oh, he's going!
Oh no!
He's got his big boy pants on!
He's got nowhere to run! Flash on into the wall, and that's gonna pick up the kill.
This has been a clinic of a game coming out from LYB so far. Solo kill in the top lane from Gans after picking up that lead. Beautiful turnaround coming out from LYB. James did get caught out using his hook and went a little bit too far, but the immediate stopwatch, the immediate realization for LYB, we need to commit or our support's going to die, and they commit. That means that they're able to pick up the kills on both solo lanes. They're going to be able to get even more turret planing in this mid lane. The only sacrifice is being Xayah as well as Yuumi being able to push in bot side, but there's no turret place taken there just yet, and just a bit of poke damage towards Gary as well as Hammers.
And ping's coming out here by LYB. They're going to go up toward this Rift Tail to secure it. Along with that, they got themselves about a 3,000 gold lead. So far, so good here for LYB.
Very good start coming out from LYB. That 3,000 gold is going to work wonders. They're going to hit their power spikes first. So what we're really looking towards now is 1, Corki picking up his Trinity Force.
There
which
it
he
is.
Just does. 2 is the next thing they really want to look towards is Gary picking up his Essence Reaper. It's not a big spike for him, but at least he gets that 25% crit. It's going to help him out when he does throughout those ricochets. And Poppy's already online, so we're just really waiting for that pick, which should come now. Just get the Essence Reaper. Now LYB's composition is online, whereas Xayah doesn't have the Essence Reaper. Azir doesn't have the Nash's Tooth complete. Jack's still sitting on components of a Trinity Force, so they don't have the items here. This is a nice play from Axis. This is the only time they're going to have tempo while LYB have their item spikes. Because Gary and Hammers had to go back to base to get their item spikes, they make a good push here and gets a couple of turret platings. You know, a little bit of gold just to weather the storm that's about to come, because still, no spike top lane, no spike in the mid lane. Essence Reaver finally complete for Xayah. If a fight broke out, a strict 5-on-5, LYB would have a huge advantage because their champions have spiked now, and they're going to get a nice first turret for themselves too.
First turret and gold going on EXO with the turret platings all secured.
Okay, this is where Shine goes, get the heck out of here. Oh no, he stayed a bit too long.
He got slowed up there. There's going to be that quick stun, but there's EXO over toward the side, gets the rockets to connect. He got the Gatling gun rolling. One more auto would do it. He's charging up the hammer. He sends them home. But the corrupting pot gives him enough health.
That was a cheeky play coming out from Poppy. I think they should have burnt more early, but Hammers now in trouble.
Hammers in trouble. Does get the hook over toward the wall, but will get stunned up here, and that's going to be a dead Nautilus. Chili's going to get the kill credit.
Good play. You attack top side. That's where LYB are very strong right now. Axis attack bottom lane, catch Nautilus out of position, get a free pick early. Olaf's going to do the right thing. Now take away all the blue buff and then try and attack bottom lane while Siv's there. Sivir shouldn't stick around here because that's going to be a nice and easy pick for them if Olaf wants to wrap around with the help of someone like Carino.
Carino's here. Doi Doi. Might look for this.
Gam's teleport is not back up yet, but it's coming up shortly.
Gary trying
to
clear out the
They've got a
wave.
big flanking ward around Dragon. They might go for it.
That was the package actually used there by EXO. So the play was being set up there by LYB, but does get canceled out by Axis.
But smart move. They just bring Gams to mid lane, say, hey, hold that, take the free farm, and we're going to try and take a Cloud Dragon. This Hammer's just getting caught out in a bad position.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing much. It was just a good pick coming out from him. Got some flashy graphics to show this one. But it was just Hammers going for a ward, and Olaf was right behind him. He didn't spot that out. LYB will still get a Dragon for themselves. 4,000 gold lead, or 3.5k gold lead. That's cheeky. So the last turret for them to take is really going to be bottom lane, and it's about time. LYB have held the bottom lane quite well despite Axis attacking it. The only kill that's gone down there has been Hammer's been taken out in that last little pick.
Yep.
And they lost a bit of turret gold. That's all that's happened bottom lane so far. Now that top lane's, you know, in a huge advantage for LYB, mid lane's under their control. Gams' teleports back up. I would like to see them clear out the wards, which Dodo's doing now. Place a flanky ward in between these two turrets, and look for a Gams to teleport to bottom lane. Exeter can clear out mid lane and teleport in as well because he's got his own. You see they're slowly pushing up that vision line. Gams is going to walk back top lane in case no play makes itself. Words! In case there's no play available to be taken. Oh, this is dangerous. They don't have forward wards. They can't spot this out. Caspiel's now going to spot out the Nautilus, but doesn't spot out Dodoi.
Throws the hammer through and realizes, you know, Hamas is there. Doi Doi slowly peeking forward.
And you have to think, like, this just, like, even if nothing happens bottom lane, this buys a lot of time for Exosen and Gamza. Exosen has the advantage in mid lane. 2 kills up over the Azir. Nashor's Tooth not as big of a power spike as the Trinity Force. And Gamza has a huge advantage top lane. Shine can't fight him. Doesn't even have Trinity Force complete just yet. Whereas Gamza already has a Sheen to go with that Sunfire Cape. So even if Elise is just buying some time, forcing Olaf into the bottom lane means that the solo lanes for the side of LYB know they can push forward, they can be aggressive, they can poke aggressively, and try and shove waves into that inner turret, creating distance for themselves so they can look for a play later on.
Oh, Cocoon doesn't land. He would have just popped Ragnarok there, so it would have been just fine.
Still burning an ultimate's always nice. But I really want to see LYB set up for this bottom lane. Be aggressive. Use that 3.5k gold aggressively while you've got these better item power spikes. And look for the big play.
Yeah, because you got a Doi Doi who's now got the Runic Echoes.
Oh,
you got Gamza that's getting free damage here on Shine. Woo! Big old chunk. He's got Sheen completed already, actually. He's building toward the Iceborne.
I don't like Nautilus being up here. Civ is now stuck in the bottom lane, can clear out these waves, but again, I feel like their attack should be bottom lane. Does allow them to get some good damage onto top lane inner, but that's all they're really going to get for this.
Yeah, and there's also a ward by the red buff pit, so I think they spotted out Doi Doi. I think they just take this. With the demolition.
I disagree with the play, but it works out for them. So bringing Hammers up gives them the demolition passive, and that's an inner turret being taken against a split-pushing champion. So Shine, it's a double-edged sword. You lose your inner turret, that's some gold over and huge map control towards the Baron side of the map, which is crucial. Baron's coming up in 2 minutes. The crucial side of map to control. Now, but Liam going to try and catch up Carino. What a cocoon!
Beautiful cocoon into the depth charge, and that'll find the kill, even with the Emperor's Divide. Does not matter here for Carino. He's going to get taken down. Axis trying to go for a pinch. They're on the wrong side of the map if they try and go for this. Ames does not have his ultimate available. That's going to be the spell book being used here.
I think the only way to describe that is cute. Caspio just coming and using the Ragnarok. He would have died if he didn't, so I'm not sure why they're blowing 2 ultimates just to
disengage.
Flex almost.
Yeah. We're also going to go ahead, clear out the control wards. Meanwhile, though, Shine is up in this top lane, getting the push on. Does now have his Trinity Force completed.
So now Shine can at least get something done. They're going for a play here because Poppy's wrapping around.
Oh, here we go. Hexo has the package. Waiting for it. Gamza trying to hold on. Gets a stun, but guess what? Shine, he's now got to deal with this Corki that's able to just jump over him. Meanwhile, Caspel gets killed by the Elise in the jungle. And that's another 2 kills in favor of Liab. They might be able to take down this bot lane tower. Looks like they will. Meanwhile, the rest of the map is kind of in shambles.
Gary has done a very good job of understanding that he is not the star of this game. He's just, okay, I'm Sivir. My job's to wave clear and try and protect this turret as much as possible. But if I can't, that's okay. And he's been able to try and shove out these waves.
Just going to get this.
This is going to be a free turret for them. And they're going to get bottom lane turret too.
Oh, no. We'll see here. Blaze steps very aggressive forward. Uses the Blade Collar, gets a little snare, but guess what? That's the tower already taken down.
You can't push forward anymore because if you do, that's a rapid fire cannon Trinity Force Corki that's going to pop you for almost half your hit points. Now, this is a good play because now they're going to get the inhibitor turret top and they're going to get bottom lane outer turret, so doubling their gold. This is just Doidoy cashing him on the ward. Really nicely played.
There's been a lot of vision coming out here by Liab. You can see it even then. They can spot out Shine making his way down the bot lane. So Gary has full knowledge that this Jax has come over. He's just going to back up, go back up through the river. Cloud Drake is now available too for Liab if you want to take the third one.
I think that's a good point. The vision is something we really have to talk about. Vision control from Liab has been beautiful. Think back to level 1, how Doitoi pathed to clear out the ward that was placed down by Shine before coming back for the counter gank. Now look at the map. Red buff jungle side was controlled until a few seconds ago.
Shine. He's going to try and jump back in. He accepts his fate.
That's disgusting.
That's another ward.
Stuck.
Caspel. He's going to try and get to safety. Hamas doesn't even care. He's going for Blaze at this point. Featherstorm going to come out. Tries to use the Blade Collar. It's going to be a double kill going on over to Gary. He got Chili. Chili.
Oh, you're
poor small kitty. Unfortunately, Gamza, he's got a big hammer. He's going to bring it down.
Oh, that hurts.
Chili, he's got nowhere to run. 8,000 gold now in favor of Liab.
Are just putting their foot down, Opal. It is.
Carino!
This is not okay.
There's just vision everywhere for Liab.
And that's what we were talking about before the ace. All over the map. Vision control for Liab was fantastic. You can't really see it now, but just before all those plays started, they knew where everyone from the side of Axis was. They had wards inside Axis's base and all the entrance to the red side of their jungle. They're going to be able to pick up an ace on 2 separate sides of the map. Take down Baron. Dodo, don't die. Take down a Baron, and they are now 10,000 gold in lead with a 11,000 gold lead after they take that turret. Oh, make it stop. This is disgusting right now.
And there's really a point, Axis, they got to wait for Shine to, come online, but it might be too late. You might have given up too much at this point. That if Shine shows anywhere.
He's too far behind. You can see his item build just got his Tiamat. Doesn't have boots complete. He's way too far behind to be a split-pushing threat. And the problem is, it's not just him. If it was just Shine against Gamza, that was the only mismatch right now, then sure, you can buy him some time, delay fights, disengage. But it's an Infinity Edge to a rapid-fire cannon disadvantage in the bottom lane. It's almost a completed Infinity Edge in the mid lane to 1.5 items on Azir. The mismatch is all across the map. So the only thing Shine could do now is group and say, well, I'm a CC bot. Maybe I can land the CC we need to win a fight.
Gonna get caught out there, forced to use a stopwatch. Here comes the death charge onto Blaze. He's still gonna get knocked up. They do survive. They're able to find a disengage here.
And look at that. That's a 4-on-5, and they're
Yeah.
perfectly fine. X said the entire time, she's like, I'm gonna kill turrets. Liab are putting on a clinic in what is meant to be, this is the grudge match. This is the story match. Axis won this match in the semifinals during the spring split. And Liab are putting on a performance of a game. Ooh, Caspio, be careful.
Yeah.
Ooh! Be careful, buddy.
And with that minion too, they're going to keep that push up. Mid lane's going to fall here. Oh, there it is. Gamza pulls the trigger. He says, we're going on in. Forces the flash out of Carino. Blaze is going to get hooked up. He will taken down. Chili abandons ship and goes back onto his mid laner, but the inhibitor is already gone. Ooh, James just missing the hook there, but now they rotate. They got a huge minion wave in bot lane. That's 2 cannon minions.
Man, the wall bang coming out from Gamza was beautiful.
Oh, no.
Now Caspiel's just in trouble.
Oh, Castle. The stopwatch wasn't even used by Doi Doi this entire game so far. Ends up using it in the repel. Is going to survive. And this should be the game here for Liab. Axis running back to the fountain at this point. They realize what's happened.
Yep.
They're going to pack it in. Game 1 in favor here of Liab after 23 minutes. Only a single kill in favor of Axis.
Yeah, separating Liab from a perfect game is 2 turrets and a single kill. Clinic of a performance coming out from the Philippines super roster there. Cabbage is really prepared for this match. And it's not like Axis were making many mistakes. Sure, you can criticize 1 or 2 things that happened during that match, but it was more of Liab came into the game and they had a plan. Gamza had a plan for the first 8 minutes of the match, and they executed it perfectly. Bottom lane's plan was, Gary, you're going to sit on an island bot lane, you're going to clear minions, and it's going to suck, but you suck it up and you deal with it. You be the minion clearing bot and join us when we're about to win the game. And then they used Nautilus beautifully to not only gain that fantastic vision control, but join these skirmishes with his, Nautilus is the most CC on any kit in League of Legends. Use that CC to secure skirmishes, set up even more vision, get Exen rolling, and the whole time you got at least in the back pocket of solo laners, making life hell for the solo lanes of Axis Empire.
Yeah, and this was, again, that vision earlier on. They just keep catching out Castle. There was a control ward down in that brush. They even used it for a teleport over here.
Just a beautifully executed play. This is where it was over. Liab got an ace here against Axis Empire, and they used the vision control on both sides of the map. You didn't really see it before this, but right before, there were 2 kills being made bottom side of the map. And those kills were using the vision control that saw everything entering the red side of the jungle. So everything about Liab in that game was beautiful. Really well played.
Yeah. Especially, like you mentioned, the Nautilus. We saw a lot of roams also coming out from James early on in the map. He kept coming into that mid lane, trying to make life difficult there for Carino. Scary, he's on Sivir. He's fine just playing that 2v1 and clearing out waves.
Yep. Now I'm Now I'm excited to see what Coach Cabbage has put together for game number 2, because normally it's something very different for the first game if they get such a decisive win. For Empire, I want to see the plan. I didn't see the plan in that game. Yeah, excellent.
They did all right.
That's fine. I would have given it to Dodoi
or
Gamza. But
yeah, the Jax only did 1.5k damage.
Yeah, I would have given it to Gamza or Dodoi, but Exton had a fine game. I mean, 30% damage share is not bad. But I want to see Axis's plan, because in that game they didn't have an opportunity to show their plan. It seems like they went back to their old strategy of, we're just going to put our eggs in the shine bucket and maybe 2 of them will hatch. That didn't work out. Dropped all the eggs and they all broke. So I want to see them come in with the plan. Because bottom lane, they can go neutral against that bottom lane. Mid lane can go neutral. But as soon as Liab have the plan of attack and they break one lane that's neutral, which was top lane in this case, game's pretty much over from there. It's very difficult to bounce back from that, especially when your top lane is a split pushing threat like Shine is. So I'd like to see how they're going to be able to either back up Shine or pivot away from him being the focus, put him on something like Fiora, let him just stay pretty in the top lane, do what Gary did in the bottom lane this time, and find another way to attack Liab.
Yeah, well, we'll see here. Liab looking to close out the series in a 2-0. We'll see if they can do it after this break and get some revenge for Spring.